Well, hello, sweet peas and sugar dumplings. It's time for another story time with Shine and Nathan. As always, I'm your gay auntie, excited to bring you another delightful story, and this one is another piece of Gothic literature, but this one's by Virginia Woolf. Now, if you followed me here from TikTok, I'm blessed to have you. And if you found me organically, well, yay! I'm glad you're here, so sit on for a spell while we get ready to read your story. Now, do not forget to turn on that subscription bell, that notification bell, like and subscribe, and comment where you're listening to this from. Now, here's the point where you pause me so you can get your snacks, get you something to drink, and get all cuddled up, or you can set me down so you can read yourself, let me read to you while you go about your day. Now, let's get into this wonderful tale by Virginia Woolf called A Haunted House. Published in 1921. Whatever hour you woke, there was a door shutting. From room to room they went, hand in hand, lifting here, opening there, making sure. A ghastly couple. "Here we left it," she said, and he added, "Oh, but here too. It's upstairs," she murmured. "And in the garden," he whispered. "Quietly," they said, "or we shall wake them." But it wasn't that you woke us, oh no. They're looking for it. They're drawing the curtain, one might say, and so read on a page or two. Now they found it, one would be certain, stopping the pencil on the margin. And then, tired of reading, one might rise and see for oneself the house all empty, the doors standing open, only the wood pigeons bubbling with content and the hum of the threshing machine sounding from the farm. What did I come in here for? What did I hunt to find? My hands are empty. Perhaps it's upstairs then. The apples were in the loft, and so down again the garden still was ever, only the book had slipped into the grass. But they had found it in the drawing room. Not that one could ever see them. The window panes reflected apples, reflected roses, all the leaves were green in the glass. If they moved in the drawing room, the apple only turned its yellow side. Yet, the moment after, if the door was open, spread about the floor, hung upon the walls, pendant from the ceiling, what? My hands were empty. The shadow of a thrush crossed the carpet. From the deepest wells of the silence, the wood pigeon drew its bubble of sound. Safe, safe, safe. The pulse of the house beat softly. The treasure buried in the room. The pulse stopped short. Oh, was that the buried treasure? A moment later, the light had faded. Out in the garden, then. But the trees spun darkness for a wandering beam of sun, so fine, so rare, coolly sunk beneath the surface, the beam sought always burned behind the glass. Death was the glass. Death was between us, coming to the woman first, hundreds of years ago, leaving the house, sealing all the windows. The rooms were darkened. He left it. Left her, went west, went east, went north, saw the stars turned in the southern sky, sought the house, found it dropped beneath the downs. Safe, safe, safe. The pulse of the house beat gladly. The treasure is yours. The wind roars up the avenues, trees stoop and bend this way and that, moonbeams splash and spill wildly in the rain, but the beam of the lamp falls straight from the window. The candle burns stiff and still. Wander in the house, open the windows, whisper not to take us. The ghostly couple seek their joy. Here we slept, she says, and he adds, kisses without number. Waking in the morning, silver between the trees, upstairs in the garden. When summer came in the winter snow times, the doors go shutting far in the distance, gently knocking like the pulse of a heart. Nearer they come, cease at the doorway. The wind falls, the rain slides silver down the glass. Our eyes darken. We hear no steps beside us. We see no lady spread her ghostly cloak. His hands shield the lantern. Look, he breathes. Sound asleep, love upon their lips. Stooping, holding their silver lamp above us, long they look and deeply, long they pause. The wind drives straightly, the flames stoop slightly. Wild beams of moonlight cross both the floor and wall, and meeting, stain the faces bent, the faces pondering, the face that search the sleepers and seek their hidden joy. Safe, safe, safe. The heart of the house beats proudly. Young, long years, he sighs. Again you found me here. Sleeping in the garden, she murmurs, reading, laughing, rolling apples in the loft. Here we left our treasure. Stooping, their lights lifts the lids upon my eyes. Safe, safe, safe. The pulse of the house beats wildly. Waking, I cry, oh, is this your buried treasure? The light in the heart. This was A Haunted House by Virginia Woolf, and I'm curious to see what you have to say about it in the comments section of how you interpreted that or how you would have. I read it once, twice, just to kind of get the tempo, but I myself find it a very interesting piece, and I think it's beautiful, but in the Gothic way, macabre. As always, I'm so glad you enjoyed this story, and if you did, also feel free to let me know. I love making this content for you, and more types are coming soon. If you enjoyed my content, consider becoming a patron on Patreon for as low as $3 a month, because that is my primary income, and I desperately do need a lot more of you. And if you are a patron watching this, I'm blessed to have you. You are so wonderful. Thank you. Now, before I begin, continue to say goodbye, I want to tell y'all why I read these older tales. On the very practical nature, it's because they're now in the common domain, so I don't really have to worry about petitioning. Now, if people were to write short stories, I'd be glad to do those too. But these are something that I can easily read, that I don't have to worry about legality in any way, shape, or form. And for two, I think having a glimpse of what horror or fantasy used to be and how they inspired the horror, fantasy, and stories of today is such a wonderful juxtaposition. If you'd like me to start giving commentary after I read, I would let me know. I've considered it. But I enjoy just being your comfort place to sit and relax and be a kid, even as you do big kid things. As always, my darlings, I love you and take care. Mucho, mucho amor, mi amor.